The Journal of the American Medical Association published their latest findings regarding the infamous brain disease known as chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE, based on the research of 202 former deceased football players and 111 former NFL players who donated their brains for research. 177 of those 202 brains were diagnosed with CTE, including all but one of the former NFL players. Jovan Belcher, Dave Dewerson, Frank Gifford, John Mackey, Earl Morrill, Junior Seau, Ken Stabler, to name a few of those notables who had it discovered in them post-mortem. Mike Adamle, Lance Briggs, O.J. Brigance, Harry Carson, Tony Dorsett, Brett Favre, Jim McMahon, to name a few of those notables still alive, living with a diagnosis or symptoms consistent with CTE. That list will continue to grow. Every career, sports or otherwise, regardless of physical nature, runs some kind of a health risk. With that, also a financial risk, most certainly beginning in the youth leagues on through high school. The youngster runs the chance of pursuing athletic scholarships to play collegiate division ball, and possibly a stint in the pros. His parents run the similar chance at hoping for success to lessen their debt and burden. There can be only one victor in this game: the reward for a game well played, or the risk of short-term or life-threatening injury on the field. The ante-game of life and death does not contain overtime rules. As football is a teaching and a learning experience, it remains a hard-nosed, high-risk competition, physically and economically. And its popularity has reached a present apex to the point of religious zealousy in places like high school campuses in Texas and college towns across the SEC. Not to mention oversaturation by the offices of the NFL and the NCAA. Even oversaturation against itself, starting this year to some schools and states in Big Ten country. Speaking as a consumer of the game, the previous president of the United States was the nation's leading sounder on the installation of a playoff system in the ranks of the FBS. As a parent, he was the nation's leading alarmist for the idea of putting his children, namely his figurative son, in a high-impact game such as football. If the popularity of football dips around the country, even with grim reports such as last Tuesday's CTE study, it's going to be a very slow burn. Same with all contact sports, as will no doubt be hinted when proof of a thriving economy will see all distinctions lay $100 to their TV providers to watch an undefeated, huggy, bouncy, juking, and jiving boxer take on a caged and brawling Irishman. We have never been at more dizzying heights for the likes of the NFL. We've also never been at more dizzying lulls, where all the money you make for a tremendous career can get intercepted, long after that last trip to the goal line. I'll still be watching, but I'll only hope we keep our gridiron warriors playing through the pain. Isn't that something we can agree on?